What is up, guys? Welcome back to Overspray. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the disposable cup system, Devilbiss versus Sata. Let's go. Alrighty, boys, so the first system that we are going to be talking about is obviously going to be the Sata RPS system. Now, what does RPS stand for? It stands for Rapid Preparation System, hence the name RPS. Now, this system is pretty simple, and I think the name kind of gives you a hint as to why it's so simple. So, obviously, we're going to have smaller cups. We have anywhere between a smaller cup all the way up to obviously the larger sizes. And then of course we have the micron filters, which all kind of go to its corresponding cup size depending on obviously which cup you are selecting. Obviously we have other couple more filters, and then of course all the way at the end we have what's called the little vent caps here. And basically what the vent caps do is they get installed on the bottom here. And this system is actually, like I said, pretty simple. It's what I like about it is it doesn't have many parts. So basically you have a cup, a lid, and then you have a vent cap basically. Of course, if you want to throw your filter in there, you can do so. It just depends. But what I do like about it is obviously it has the ratio already indexed onto the cup itself, so it is pretty nice that you can stick your paint in there, mix it up, and then go ahead and spray right out of the same cup that you basically mixed your paint in. So that is a very nice feature, and like I said, it's a very simple kit. Like I said, you stick your vent cap here on the bottom, you pop it on, then you go ahead, open this up, mix your paint in there, put your cap on or your filter and then your cap on, and then you're basically ready to go. The one drawback that I tend to find with the RPS kit is a lot of people forget to close or to even put on the little vent cap here on the bottom. So you'll go and mix your paint, and then you'll go put the lid on, try to go put it onto the gun, and it basically poured all your paint out all over the place because obviously you forgot to put the vent cap on or you forgot to press it down all the way. So that is probably the #1 complaint I would have with this kit. Obviously I haven't really used it too much. I've used one basically sample cup, and that was enough for me to say yeah, I'm not the greatest fan or the biggest fan of this kit. Like I said, it does have the Sata twist on adapter here, kind of molded into the gun itself, or I mean into the cup itself. So basically how you install this would be pretty much a quick twist, and then you are basically ready to go. You go ahead and pop your vent cap, and then you're ready to spray. Now one of the drawbacks is obviously you're not going to be able to paint upside down because it doesn't have a liner system basically. So because you don't have a liner system, it's not going to suck the paint down to the bottom, and then you won't be able to spray upside down, which for some people it might not be a big deal. Others might say, oh yeah, that's kind of a big deal to me because I want to get into those real tight areas, or maybe even paint upside down for a certain particular panel that you're painting. So that is one drawback with the kit. And they do make different adapters. I don't have the adapters for it, but there are some RPS adapters where you can fit the RPS system onto different spray guns. For example, the Techno Pro Light here that I have here on the side here. So yeah, they do make different adapters, but for the most part, these are basically directed straight for basically a Sata product. So all in all, I think it's an okay system. It's definitely usable, and it'll do the job, obviously. And it does have some nice features, but then again, I think it has a couple drawbacks that I think could really be improved maybe in the next update or so. Alrighty, so the next item on the list is obviously going to be the Devilbiss Dekups system. Now this system is a little bit more complicated, if you will, than the RPS. Of course, like I said, the RPS is a bit more simple of a design, but that doesn't mean that the Dekups system is necessarily bad. So what is all included in a kit? Well, obviously we have some filters, we have different cup sizes, and obviously different liners depending on which cup system you're really gonna go. So these are, I believe, 3 ounces, then I think it's 9 ounces, and then I believe this one is 24, and I believe they have one other size that's actually larger than that. I want to say it's a 32 ounce or something like that. We also have some lids, so obviously we're gonna have lids for each individual size. I think I mentioned the filters already, and then we also have different adapters for basically different brands. So this one happens to be the Sata adapter, but the other adapter is already on the spray gun itself. And yeah, so they sell various different adapters depending on which spray gun that you have. Alrighty, so how do you put these cups together? Well, let's go ahead and take an example. So here is a 9 ounce, and you basically have 2 parts. As you guys can see, it's pretty much hollow, so it's meant for the liner. So you basically go ahead and mix your paint, you put the liner inside the cup like that. Then you can basically, if you have the filter, obviously you're gonna put a filter. This one obviously doesn't fit there, but let's take this one for example. Let's go ahead and swap to the bigger one, sorry. So we're gonna go ahead and take the liner, go ahead and put it in to that, use our filter if we want, and then go ahead and put the lid right on top. Then what you do is obviously you take this plastic collar and you twist it on, and voila, you have your basically your liner with your filter, and everything is pretty much enclosed. And then you go ahead and grab your spray gun, twist that on like so, and you are basically ready to paint at this point. And the nice thing about this is it's basically, well, like I said, it's a liner kit, so you're able to basically spray upside down, and it just helps to get into those kind of more difficult areas, you know, maybe a rocker panel or something like that, where it's really low, hard to get to. You might have to put the gun at an angle or something like that. So the kit itself is really, I guess, user-friendly and kind of a little bit more versatile than the RPS system. I tend to lean more towards the Devilbiss Dekups system, and I especially like the little 3 ounce ones. Just makes it for a very, very quick, easy, you know, spot repair, or maybe just a small paint job, if you will. And it's really easy to fill because it just has a cup. There's no liner or anything like that that goes on these things. And yeah, it just makes it for very, very quick. And yeah, so I tend to enjoy it very much. So with these little 3 ounce guys, you basically just slide it right on top, as long as you have your adapter, and basically put your paint in and you're ready to shoot. So that is something that I really enjoy about it. Now, like I said, the Dekups system isn't without its flaws, and that is sometimes you won't get a proper seal when you go ahead and put this lid on. Sometimes you know, you have to make sure that it's on there correctly, or else you will get a bit of a leakage there. And then not only that, when you go to close it, you got to make sure that it's properly closed and everything is seated properly, because once you go and put it on the gun and you flip it upside down, you'll start to notice that paint will be leaking down your spray gun. So yeah, there is some drawback with the Dekups system. It's a little bit more complicated than the RPS system, but at the same time, I think overall it's a pretty good kit. And yeah, so that is it with the Dekups. Alrighty boys, so that is both of these kits pretty much in a nutshell. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys you know, picked up some cool little tips and maybe helped you make a decision on which system you want to go to or use in your next project. Please give it a like, comment, or subscribe, of course, and as always, stay spraying, guys. See ya.